Every day, 27 million people log on to play a game called League of Legends, making it the most popular and played game in the world. This talk will address what has made it so popular and one of the most played games. Currently, I play League of Legends every day, and out of the millions of players, I'm ranked in the top 10,000 in the world. The reason this topic is important is because of the increase in players and those who enjoy watching esports. In fact, the 2013 final was watched by 360 million viewers. To put that into perspective, Super Bowl 50 only had a little over 119 million viewers. I will tell you exactly what League of Legends is and why it appeals to so many, then how it became one of the most popular games in the world, and then finally how it has allowed esports to grow to such large numbers and allowed professional players to make millions of dollars yearly. Let's start by diving into what League of Legends is and what makes it one of the most played games today. League of Legends is a multiplayer game with over 130 champions to select from. Each champion has a different playstyle and skill level. The skill level ranges from 1 to 3, with 1 being the easiest to master and 3 being the hardest to master. The game is played with the keyboard and mouse. The default key mappings primarily use the QWER keys for abilities. QW and E are basic attacks or abilities, and R is the champion's ultimate. The ultimate varies from champion to champion. For some champions, it is a great way to start a team fight, and for other champions, it is a way to stun the enemy. There are different spells in the game called summoner spells, and these give the user different perks or abilities in the game. Some of the main summoner spells are Flash. This teleports the champion a short distance towards your cursor. There's also one called Ignite. This ability burns the enemy champion over a period of time for a short amount of time. This is a great way to damage a champion very quickly. Teleport. This ability allows you to teleport to an ally minion, tower, or ward. It is a great way to move around the map quickly and put pressure on the enemy team while you split push or go to protect a tower. These are just a few of the many summoner spells available to choose from. The reason for bringing this up is to show you a very small amount of what is available in the game, to show you that there is much to learn. It is really the main reason I believe the game is so successful and popular. The game takes years to master, as you need to understand many things to be a great player. Some of these things include when to engage. Knowing when to engage an enemy is incredibly important. This comes from the knowledge of what all the champions' abilities are. You can't truly know how to do this unless you know exactly what your opponent champion is capable of and what yours is. This is the difference of getting a kill or being killed and giving the enemy team the gold lead. Another important aspect is farming, also known as creep score. Farming is one of the most important things to master in the game. Every so often, a wave of minions comes down the top, middle, and bottom lanes. The minions, as said before, also referred to as creep or CS, give gold when you kill them. The difficult part is last hitting them. If you don't last hit them, you don't get the gold. This becomes increasingly difficult because you are also going against an enemy champion who is putting pressure on you and your own ally minions who are constantly attacking the enemy champions and minions. To put the importance into perspective, 12 to 15 minions is worth the same amount of gold as a champion kill, so it adds up. Objectives. Every move you make in League of Legends should have a reason behind it, whether you are pushing or freezing a minion wave or going for a tower kill. If you are just doing this mindlessly, you will not win very often. Another one is map awareness. This is critical to being successful in the game. You often see new players going into unwarded bushes to find that the enemy team is hiding there and an easy kill is given to the enemy. Towers, allied champions, and wards all give vision in the map of Summoner's Rift, which is the main game mode in League of Legends. If you don't have vision on the enemy side, it is not smart to push or wander around. You will get caught out and either burn an unnecessary summoner spell or give the enemy team a kill. This all adds up to slight advantages that can lose the game for your team. And this hasn't even covered all of the important topics, as that could be a speech on its own. But it does further prove my point that the game is not a mindless, boring game. It takes skill and passion to master. This is what keeps players coming back. Trust me, once you get your first kill, it feels amazing because you really did earn it. With a champion and play style for everybody, the game never gets boring. How did League of Legends become so popular, though? This is easier to answer than you think. First, the game is constantly updated, and new champions and skins are added. This keeps things fresh and fun for those of us who know all the current champions very well. When League of Legends first came out in 2009, it tailored its look and feel to a more casual Dota player. Dota is another game like League of Legends, which has not been nearly as popular or successful. It also fixed a lot of the problems Dota initially had, which were people leaving the game, hackers, people grieving, and uneven teams. League of Legends doesn't allow you to leave a game without punishment. This can be banning or having a time before you can join a lobby. It also had the ability to report other players, and it stopped players from hacking the game as it had code in place to check for this. The last issue of uneven teams didn't exist in League of Legends either. Every game has the same number of players on each team. What else helped is that Riot, the company that created League of Legends, understood that current games like it were running on old code. So Riot created a game that was always updated and ran better than the competition. How has League of Legends allowed the esports community to grow to such large numbers and allow professional players to make millions? Streaming sites like Twitch and YouTube allow people to watch professionals and others play the game, and it can be a lot of fun. On Twitch, League of Legends is the most watched stream game on the entire site. This has only allowed the game to continue to grow in popularity. Many streamers make a living by playing League of Legends and streaming it. Some of the professional teams like Cloud9 have signed players to the team that don't play any match games but just stream with the team logo at the beginning. This can create significant income for both the streamer and the team. The LCS, Legends Championship Series, just announced too that there will be permanent teams to compete. This will make it more like the NBA, where you always see certain teams. Winning games at esports events can pretty well make up to millions of dollars just from the competition. This doesn't include streaming, which almost every pro player does. Esports was not nearly as large as it was before League of Legends came around. Last season, more people watched World Champions than watched the Super Bowl. This is pretty amazing, and many believe this is only the beginning. I would agree, especially as we see professional sports teams creating their own esports teams just to start profiting from the League of Legends community. Because of League of Legends, the gaming community has grown to massive numbers and allowed those not as interested in sports to have an outlet that they can enjoy with friends. To conclude, League of Legends will only continue to grow in popularity, and for a good reason. If you haven't given it a chance, you should. It's a free-to-play game, and the games are short. You really have nothing to lose to see what all the hype is about. With a champion and play style to suit everybody, I challenge you to try the game. It does have a learning curve, but this is what makes winning so satisfying and keeps people coming back. Thank you.